Hello, and welcome to Fleet Action Report. This is episode 29. We're going to be discussing the 11th anniversary event. I'm Nikodas.
I'm Grebog. Nah.
And yes, we are still celebrating the year of the Klingon. Kapla.
This is what part 3 of 3, I believe, or something
For
to that
what?
effect. For the
The
year of
year
the
of the Klingon?
Klingon. Yes,
Yeah, something like that.
something like that.
Well, and who knows what they're going to decide later. I mean, it is cryptic and STO, so we'll see how things go down the road. But yes, in theory, it's part 3 of 3 until they do, part 4 of 4.
It's fine. Um, so, what have you been up to this week? Not just today. This week.
Well, it is today and yesterday. I didn't level that character in one day. It's taken two. Um, the week though, I've done a lot with. My big focus has actually been Ghost of Tsushima. Um, Very fun game. I finally beat the main story. I'm working on New Game Plus because there's apparently extra stuff you can unlock in New Game Plus. Um, but yeah, since the event launched yesterday, my focus has been STO. My new recruit, my brand new character, just made yesterday, just hit level 50 right before our show tonight. So 15 levels to go. I've got a bunch of missions yet to run and a bunch of equipment still to get, but I'm already working on copying my main character's build, so this guy will be a powerhouse in the Klingon faction. Probably not quite as good because I can't get a lot of the fleet items since our fleet on this side of it is still new. But we'll get there eventually. What about you, Greebog?
Let's see. This last week. I raided some in WoW. Last night was a raid night. What did we do? Oh, we learned that people can fail. I guess I was gonna say miserably, but no, they were doing really well at failing on the line of sight mechanic for Shrike-Wing. Um,
Failing upwards.
it happens. I would say last night was not our best night on our raid awareness. Um, we've had better nights. But let's see. Other than that, I'm trying to think. What have I been doing? Um, I was looking at show notes. So I honestly can't remember what I've been doing this last week. A lot of
Well,
WoW show
that might
notes.
be a good thing or a bad thing.
I was doing the daily thing for the getting the extra ship upgrade token stuff and all that, and you know
Yeah, I did finish the last event. That's true. Before I started the new one, I guess I've been doing that too a little bit.
but yeah. Doing research on on Foundry VTT. I might have some new things for us to play with that might make things a little nicer and easier for everybody. But other than that, that's been my week. I think.
All right. Well, we've had, as you can imagine, a busy week in STO as well. There's a lot of stuff going on, primarily involving the anniversary event, which we are going to cover tonight in detail. But let's start with some other stuff. Greebog, I'll let you take the reins here.
Well, hello again, or something.
Yeah. Hello. Apologize for the issue there. We had about 7 minutes of technical difficulties. We're going to try this again.
So this week in STO, um, we have the bonus marks weekend going on. You can have all kinds of fun getting all the reputation marks for those that have like leveled up their new Klingon recruits all the way up to the point they can do reputations. You can now get all the marks that you want for your Klingon, or I guess Gorn or whatever your new KDF recruit. Um,
There you go.
so that is going on Well, it's starting, as you can see on the screen here, tomorrow, 28th, and then it's going to go to February 1st. Great way to get a bunch of marks. Get fleet marks, get reputation marks. I'd probably go reputation at first so you can get those sweet rewards that you need from certain reputations right off the bat. But it also would be a good way to get the your fleet marks to get the fleet credits rolling and be able to buy those cool fleet gear as well. They also announced that the ambassador and Yamaguchi are getting their appearance updates in the template parts and stuff like that. So if you have any of the, well, like the Narendra class support cruiser, or I'm sure the Galaxy and stuff like that, if you've unlocked the ambassador and the Yamaguchi appearances, then you will be able to use these new parts, and they basically have taken from the shows. They tried to make them more of the canon appearances, so that way they match what you saw on the shows, which I think is, well, it's something that they have started doing more and more of, trying to match everything that you see in the shows, so that way when you come to the real places or whatever, the places in game, yeah, because they're real in real life. I've been to, the first city and all that, really. um, but you get what I'm saying. Like, if you've seen it in the show, and then when you come to that place in the game, you kind of get the feeling of, hey, I'm there where they were. And same with like, hey, that ship, I saw that ship in the show, which is kind of cool that they're taking that route. And then most of the rest of the stuff is all the anniversary stuff. Well,
Yeah, so I shared my screen again. If you'd like to pop that back out, that's up to you. Um, the big news is you can command any ship on any character. Um, this goes along with the in-game storyline that there's now peace between the Klingons and the Federation. We are no longer at war. Huzzah! Um, so anyone can fly any ship. The caveat to this is that you have to have a level 65 Klingon core character, KDF core character. So not a Romulan that is allied with the Klingons, not a Dominion character that is allied with the Klingons, but an actual member of the Klingon faction. That does not mean a Klingon. You can play a Farasan, a Gorn, a Nausicaan, a Lesepian, any of the others that are actually part of the core Klingon faction. And this counts if you have a character already like previously leveled. You log into that character and it will unlock the ability for you. On the other hand, if you have never played a Klingon, you have no interest in ever playing a Klingon, but you want to fly their ships, you can buy the option on the Zen store for 2,000 Zen or $20. However, there is an introductory price of half off, so 1,000 Zen or $10. The only caveat to this is that, like the Jem'Hadar ships that have a 6th level of mastery, to unlock them, you still have to earn that 6th level of mastery. I think that's the only thing that is still locked, though. The Romulan ships were already cross-faction. Now the Federation and Klingon ships are cross-faction as well. The other thing is the boxes. So in cases where one ship had something like a Federation ship had a certain lockbox or console that Klingon captain would want, there was typically either through lobby or some other means to get a box that would have the console and sometimes a trait that you could then share. Those are going away because with the ability to have the ship, you no longer need those. Now, boxes that already existed or boxes that you had unlocked through Mud's Market appear to still be available, at least at the moment. At least they are for me. But other than that, those boxes are going away.
well, they're not creating any new boxes. So like all the lockbox ships that were, say, faction specific, though they, for if you were, say, if you're a KDF captain and you got, if it was going to, you pick the other faction's ship, or it had something like there was a new lockbox that had the other faction ship in it. It just gave you a console box. Those aren't going to be a thing because now you can fly all ships, and
Yeah.
though you'll be able to find them on the exchange, though I would imagine right now they are insanely priced. I think I saw something on either Reddit or the Facebook group that someone was like, "Oh my gosh, the exchange has gone insane. What is going on? This console pack is 380 million or something more than the ship, I think, almost." So
Yeah, it's that's been a little crazy. That's the DPRM console. Um, but I mean, prices should settle back down at some point in time. And hopefully this actually makes it easier to get those things. Although it'll take some effort on your part because you won't just be able to double click a box. You'll actually have to get the ship and fly the ship to earn the mastery and so on and so forth. At least for traits.
well, and if
Consoles, you just have to unlock the ship.
yeah, if you wanted the console, you just need the ship. But you know,
But okay, and then I am on a Klingon character. I'm on a Farasan here. This is my new character, Sarian. Sarian is a Klingon recruit. Um, I just hit level 50. As you play the game, you'll get this little transponder, or I'm sorry, receiver, this encrypted Klingon receiver. And this has a list of all the different things that you can earn and how to get them. A couple things to note is right here, this Warrior's Blood, on your very first melee kill, you unlock a Batleth, which you can see sported here by the lovely real Grebog. These weapons are massive. There we go.
mine's bigger than yours.
Yeah, well, your character is too, so you know. Switch back to my dual pistols here. These melee weapons also power up as you gain more melee kills. 10, 50, 100, 500, 1000, and 2500,
Uh,
which max it out.
do note 500 and 2500 are
Are
the
traits.
traits. But yes, the rest of you have to get to the 1000 and it becomes an account wide unlock. And so that will let you pick up that same Batleth on any captain that you have. So you and I would imagine it would be the powered up version, not just the one that you started out with. So I would be amused if it makes you go through the leveling it up.
Yeah, I don't know.
I imagine it's the powered up version.
One can hope.
Th-
One can hope.
They wouldn't do something just to amuse me like that. That like there
Are you
are
sure?
well, you know. Now, a lot of people have been complaining, and I understand because another one of the aspects of the receiver here is the cloaked ambushes. I've seen a lot of complaints about it because I'm pretty sure I and others have done kills that have been cloaked, and yet it didn't quite count for some reason, and so people are struggling to progress this. Now there could be some bug or quirkiness with it still. I don't know because of the number of complaints. I would guess that it's mildly bugged at least. I know when you decloak, you get a buff for a short duration, and that is part of it. But I mean, I know I'm pretty sure I killed somebody beforehand, and I don't even have credit for one. And I've been trying to do this for a little while. Yeah, I'm only like level 8 or 9 here, so I mean, I haven't been trying nearly as long as others. But it sounds like there's the struggle for this one is real.
Yeah, hopefully they'll patch that to fix it. Now, another thing worth noting here is in the first 5 missions, there are hidden enemies of the Empire. They call it priority targets in the episodes. If you run these episodes and collect these priority targets, you can get some bonus rewards. This one right here, which is from the mission, it's the second mission in the arc. Let me find it.
Bringing
Warzone.
down
There
the
we go.
house.
First mission. Yeah, first mission in Warzone, bringing down the house. If you find the priority target in that, you get a ship. Now, I've unlocked this ship, so I'm going to beam up and show you this. It is a bird of prey, so a raider class. 4 weapons up front, 2 in the back. It does have an experimental and a battle cloak, enhanced battle cloak even.
It, I believe, came with a different experimental than just the standard. Or I got a different experimental than just the standard. Okay,
So here's the
where
ship.
are you're over there?
Kind of a fugly little thing. I don't have a special experimental. I just have the railgun from the Cation ship. Now it is fast, like most raiders. Fairly quick to turn. Nice little ship.
I am in a standard bird of prey right now. Actually, I think it's the core. Apparently, I had picked it up at some point. I do have. There is it. It's this one.
So it does have it. I'll have to reclaim it.
Well, no.
Oh, you're talking the T'Challa or whatever.
I because I was curious.
Oh, hey.
Picked up. I picked up all of the bird of preys that I could pick up, and then grabbed all the gear that I could. You were correct. It does come with just the hyper excited ion stream projector. I picked up a hypercharged field projector. That might have came from the one of my other my probably the Imchala weird looking bird of prey. Well, other weird looking bird of prey.
Now it should be noted that you can unlock this for your whole account, but it takes some doing. I believe it's this one. That's the Endeavor one. I'm wrong on that one. Well, there is a way to unlock it for your whole account. I got to remember where it's at. This one maybe. There it is. It's this specialization. You got to spend 15 specialization points. So, anyway, it takes some effort to get it there, but you can. But any recruit you make will get this on bringing down the house. All right. So, let's see. What else do you get? You can get, there are traits that come with it, both ground traits and starship traits, personal traits. There is an Endeavor. This is a big one. There's an Endeavor perk experience bonus once you unlock the ability to do Endeavors. This is both for the character and an account unlock. So if you're working on your Endeavors, you're one of those people like me that doesn't have 450 Endeavor perks yet, then this is huge. This will help you earn those that much faster. And like I said, it can be an account unlock. There are universal kits, there are doffs and boffs that you can get, Admiralty cards, of course, and then gear, dilithium, all kinds of bonuses, along with a lot of what the other special recruits do. All right, so let's get into the nitty gritty here of the actual event. Now I'm going to switch characters for this. Are you coming with me, Grebog?
Yeah, I'm playing with the pilot version of the same ship.
Yeah, I saw that.
Okay.
Okay, so this is the 11th anniversary of Star Trek Online. This game's been around for 11 years. That's a long time in the MMO market. There are many games that don't last that long, and there are a few that have lasted even longer. WoW's been around for longer. EverQuest has been around for longer. Final Fantasy XI's been around for longer. But those are the only ones offhand that I can think of. So 11th anniversary. Cheers for STO. It starts yesterday, 126, and it lasts until 225, so 30 days. In that time, you have to get 20 days of progress to get the rewards. Let me pull up the event page here. So I'm at 4 of 40, but you can earn 2 a day, so it's 20 days of progress. And then you have an extra 10 days to play with. If you miss a day in there, it's not a huge thing. The reward is this ship, the Temer class, which is a raider, very much like a bird of prey. Advanced battle cloak. It has a 5-1 with an experimental weapons layout, so 5 up front, 1 in the back, and then an experimental. It also comes with a unique experimental weapon, which is probably the one that Grebog was thinking about. And quite frankly, I think it's a pretty ship. I think it looks neat.
Actually, it has
Romulan
a different experimental weapon than the one I was talking about. But yes,
Romulan Klingon design. Anyway, so you earn your progress right up here, and it tells you how many they're worth. So missions, the first 4 here are missions: 2 old missions, 2 new missions. Each give you 2 each. TFOs give you 2 each. You can do patrols for 1 each, or you can run the Omega particle stabilization for 1 each. That is given to you by Q. You come over here, talk to Q to pick up your Omega molecule stabilization, which I have not done yet. So we'll go through that here in just a minute. That's also how you get the party popper, which I think is that guy blowing smoke right there.
yeah, this one, the
Every year,
party popper this year is related to the whole Gre'thor and all that.
right? So there's 2 new episodes: Knowledge is Power, Leap of Faith. And the Discovery Klingons. You can make a Klingon from the Discovery era, the 21. I think it's 2155. Um, those were originally the ones that had no hair on Discovery season 1. Looked a lot more reptilian than the Klingons we know and love. But in season 2, they added hair. They've carried that over into STO, and they actually updated the hair. It looks good. Looks very real with new hairstyles and whatnot. So you can deck out your Klingons, both old and new, in new hairstyles.
Can my Andorian get some new hair?
I'm kind of hoping the Caitians get some love in the hair department,
Well,
or the Ferasans for that matter.
look at
I
my
think everybody
helmet,
needs.
my helmet hair. I mean,
I think everybody. I think all the races need new hair options, especially if they're going to make the Klingon hair look that good. They need to update everybody else. I mean, come on. Let's get on them for that.
wait, I got combat fatigue. Apparently, I might be injured. I am injured.
That's what you get when you die, man.
That's what happens when I run a mission that, oh, hey, somehow it was on Elite.
Okay, so yeah, right. I remember that. So part of this Omega farming, and we're going to run this here in a minute to show you guys this. Um, you can also get Omega upgrades, and these are akin to um, the other special upgrades. They don't cost a lithium. They give you more points for upgrading your items. It's another way to upgrade your gear. So you can get the mission to find the Omega particles, but then you can farm them even when you don't have the mission. It does get a little tedious. It's a little mini game where these, well, you'll see it in a minute. These particles, you have to catch them, go across your screen. We'll show you that here in just a minute. But it is a good way to get upgrade tokens.
It's a
Let's see.
great way. If you have the time, you can farm as many of the upgrades as you ever want. And I'm not
Yeah.
joking.
So blue is space based. You can find him at Rua Penthe, Grinalda system, Vulcan system, Wolf 359, New Romulus, and Andoria. Ground based is Grinalda, Vulcan, Andoria, and New Romulus Command. Those are the blue ones. For the red ones, you can go to Bajor DS9 in space. I'm sorry. Bajor DS9 Sol System in Kronos. On the ground, you go to the First City, the Klingon Academy, Earth Space Dock, Starfleet Academy, Romulan Flotilla, Tefera, DS9, Bajor, and the Vluguta asteroid field. And that's for red. And then yellow, space is the Sherman system, Drozana system, Starbase 39 Sierra, and ground is K7, Drozana, and Starbase 39. So if you get 27 of each color, then it gives you one Omega Particle Tech upgrade. And again, these are akin to the Phoenix Box upgrades. Lots of points, no dilithium cost. Good way to upgrade your gear if you have the patience to go farm these. So let's pick up this quest here.
Do note there are currently 3 different types of these special event tech upgrades. You can find, I'm in the R&D tab, and this is where you craft them. And hopefully you can see that just fine. But essentially, you have to craft them. You start out with the fragments, or the traces, then you turn them into an Omega sliver, then you turn it into a shard, then it turns into a fragment. And then with the fragments, you can craft either the special event tech upgrade Omega technology, or then there's a tech upgrade Mark Omega technology. And basically, then there is a tech upgrade quality. So it depends on which way you want to go. The Mark and the quality actually use some dilithium to make, though they do boost way more on, like the quality one does 8 times quality chance improvement. The Mark one does 124,000 tech points, which is like an insane number compared to any of the other upgrades. And then the base one is only 25,600 tech points and 4 times improved quality. So
now I don't believe, like, it shows the whole list here. After I pick up the mission, it just lists everything. I don't think we have to do all of them, do we? I think it's
no.
3 of them, right?
If you stabilize Omega particles that Q has created across the galaxy, should just have to be able to do 3, I think.
Let's start.
There
like,
should
going
be
down
one on. Well, yeah. There should be some at the academy. There should be something. There used to be a good place to find them on space dock, but with so many people running around, it can be a challenge. You can find them also out in space around some of the like space docks and the yeah. And it will be based off of whatever color you're trying to find. So like as Nikodas is running up, that's a red mark, or it's the red Omega mark on that's just floating there. Let's see if I can find. Unfortunately, it kind of becomes a competition of who gets there. Well, more than one person can do the same mark or same Omega particle.
If you can get there before it goes away.
If you can get there before it goes away. I'm underneath a bridge in the water. How you do this is up to you. I typically use my direction pad because you're supposed to be able to do it quicker, better with a mouse. I unfortunately really suck at doing it with the mouse, so I use the up and down arrows on my keyboard.
I was using my mouse, so those people that were watching my screen, I did it with the mouse. I missed a few, but I got 1,800 points total. It got me 2 shards and 1 extra. And that's really all there is to it. I read online that all you really need is to get 700. 700 points gets you, the top tier reward or whatever, but I don't know if you get more for going above.
Boy, maybe we do have to go to all of them.
I don't know. We can try and see what happens. I thought it was only 3, but it doesn't say that, so. Ooh, I messed that up. They do start going faster the more you get. So if you're really good at it, you might find yourself a little outran. I only got 1,500 points that time. All right, so let's move on to a different location. Let's see.
Or
So
space
once,
dock, or technically we can go to just beam up. It's still on the list.
let's do that then.
Or well, actually, here it's not Earth space dock. It's technically, well, I guess Earth space dock's the Sol system.
Oh, so it's not on space dock?
Well, there's supposed to be some on space dock, but there's also supposed to be some in space, and they're both on the. I know this yeah, out here is supposed to be.
That says outside, so let's go outside. Oh.
And you can just see there are these omega particles sitting out here in space. Here, I will try to do the mouse, but I am really bad.
Oh.
The reason I'm bad at this is I have a habit of going left and right a little bit with my mouse, and I get off the buttons, and then I get out of sequence and start screwing it up. And
Well, you don't have to be right on the buttons.
yeah, on my screen I do. Either that or I have to be to the left of them.
You do have to wait for your little thing to catch the molecules before you move, though, which is my thing. I keep moving away too soon.
See, and here people just saw me only get crap points. I did much better when I was not. I just did the direction, the arrows on my keyboard. It did not go away.
Okay, so I just got 1,900 points, and it got me a shard, a sliver, and 2 traces. So I would say that the points do matter.
Points do matter. 1,900 is, yeah. So you can get the shards, not just traces. I think you can get a max of 2 shards if you get like the top. So
let's. It did not take it away off the list, but it did put a check mark by it. So it shows that I've got Starfleet Academy and the Sol system done. So let's go. Let's just go to Vulcan, I guess. And try to get another one done. Oh, you know what? Wolf 359 is closer. Let's go to Wolf 359.
just trying to read the mission to see if it like maybe had like, oh well, you only have to do one of each color.
Did it say that?
No. But
I didn't see it either.
Before you only had to do one of each color.
Well, these are so we did red. These are blue here.
Yeah.
In 359, and then we'll need to do a yellow.
Well, and that's why I put together that list. K7 Drazana Station or Starbase 39. I think Starbase 39 is going to be the closest for us.
Okay, so It completed it for me at 3. That's 2 red and 1 blue, and it did complete it. So you only have to do 3 of them. So that is correct. Good thing we found that out.
And
So your
apparently they don't
options,
have to be like they don't have to be different colors technically because we did
apparently
two
not,
red.
and then a blue.
Yeah.
Um, so we've got your reward choices. You can get dilithium ore, your 11th anniversary party horn, your emote box, and your party box. So I'm going to go with the party horn. Now the party box can get you older party horns. So if you missed one, you can do the anniversary box to get it, or the party box to get it. Emotes are obviously a collection of emotes, including some dances. So if you're missing some stuff, that's a good way to get the emotes. But if you have everything, you don't need anything else. You can just pump it into dilithium ore and get some bonus dilithium every day. I'm going to go with the party horn. Take items, get my blue trace. And then, like Grebog was saying, if you wanted to stay out here and continue to collect particles, you can. There's nothing saying that you have to stop there. So if you're trying to collect those upgrades, that's the way to do it.
It's a
Let me.
great way to get like just farm upgrades. Back before the what the dilithium store option, the Phoenix prize packs were permanently around and stuff like well, and that was a easy way. They typically people would just on the anniversary event you would just see people farming and farming and farming just so they could upgrade every piece of gear all the way to the
Well, and I
max.
mean, to be fair, there is a bunch of people here in this zone just kind of sitting. So who knows? That may be what people are doing here too.
I would not be surprised. It's a great way, as I said, to get if you've got the time, you can just farm and farm and farm and farm. It takes 27 of each of like traces to be able to make a full on upgrade, the base one. I don't know. Let me look. I can't remember, but you can find it in R&D special projects. All the way at the bottom of that special projects is the upgrade, so you can calculate. It looks like it takes 3 fragments for the standard tech upgrade. It takes 2 of the fragments to make the ones that either do mark or quality. So if you are looking for one that does, let's say you have a bunch of Mark 15s that are just like, rare or whatever, and you're trying to get it to the epic quality. I mean, you can spend a little dilithium and just some fragments and get a 8 times. Yeah. But that's all up to you on which way you want to go.
But the option is there. Do you want to run a TFO to go over that before we log off, or do you just want to call it done for today because of our technical difficulties?
Uh,
If we run the TFO, it's probably going to run over by 15 or 20 minutes.
um, I mean that's up to. I'm good either way. I'm in a ship that will kick butt.
Well,
Um,
let's do it then. Let's just run that for these guys so we can show our viewers some of this. So again, here's the event tab. Winter event's over. 11th anniversary is what you're looking for. It goes right down the list. So the first 4 options, the center cannot hold, Kittimer Discord, knowledge is power, leap of faith. Those are missions, with the knowledge is power, leap of faith being new. So you just run those missions, and they also give you progress if you haven't earned it already that day. And then you've got your TFOs here, your Defensive Starbase 1, Mycelial Realm, Peril over Pavo, and Operation Repose. Um, the Defensive Starbase, Defensive Starbase 1, Peril over Pavo, and Operation Repose are all space based. The Mycelial Realm is a ground based. They don't tell you that in here, but that's the way it is. The easiest one to do is the Defensive Starbase 1, which is what I'm going to queue us up for. You ready?
sure. And for those curious, I am flying a T6 Odyssey. I am not
And then
using
when
the consoles.
I
Problem?
queued us up for that earlier and it popped instantly. This time it looks like it's going to make us wait. I believe those are all Discovery ones. Yes. Operation Repose, Peril over Pavo. There it goes. The
And
only one that it doesn't count is Battle of the Binary Stars.
apparently, I am once again
There we go.
forgotten my one of my space traits.
Yeah, mine's been disappearing again too, which I saw online has been happening again. It looks like that bug is back. They need to squash it and squash it good this time.
Yeah, yeah, I know.
Oh, so we have the RRW Ardenweld. Sounds like a WoW player to me. Where are you at? Oh, you're all the way over there.
Yeah, I'm looking for my what space trait I'm missing, or I guess my starship trait I'm missing on my ship.
Which one's the Gallum Cadus? What's your ship named after this time, Grebog?
I think. Well, I guess I'm gonna have to just go without the trait.
Yeah, it started really fast.
This time I just went with a random name, and I kind of liked it. It seemed weird, so I liked it. For those that are noticing on my screen, I seem to be much closer to my ship than I normally am. Normally, I appear to be much further zoomed out. That's because the ship's a little bit bigger than what I normally have been flying.
Ooh, 75,000 crit. That's not bad for a level 50 character. So, my characters. Oh, actually, this one did not cap us. Never mind. The last time we ran this, it capped us at level 50. We probably had people who were under level 50 in with us. This time it did not cap us, so we are just in here at our best. I'm still
So
blowing
those
up.
that are noticing before they blow up around me, they are flying. The Klingons here are flying the Imchala, the non-refitted bird of prey. The refit one is the one that you get for the recruit. Just the Imchala is the one they put in first. It, I think, was similar to one of the birds of prey in Discovery, or was
The
it?
core, wasn't it?
Well,
Oh
I
yeah,
showed them.
these are Mokai. Yeah, these are Mokai ships. We saw these in the very first episode of Discovery, and then a few later ones. Um, I really actually don't like the aesthetic. I like the more what they're calling the more modern birds of prey with the movable wings. But hey, that's me.
Keep them covered. So this, if you love blowing up ships, you love a good space fight. This is definitely a good TFO to run. They do highlight, like here, you can see there is some ships flying out, and it's highlighted with the kind of path. So it's just telling you to keep the path clear, basically, so they can get out.
Oh, you don't. We had some Klingons there trying to chase our little ship down. I told
I've
them
been
no.
kind of doing loops around the one path. Do we have more than one path active right now?
Nope, just the one.
Oh, it's
And
switching.
yep, it actually moved. They're over here now.
Heading that way. I am running a phaser build on this ship right now. Um, it's partially I don't remember why I decided that. Oh, I saw someone was showing me a build for a phaser build that had used the prolonged console and prolonged yeah prolonged engagement set.
And because it's a cannon build. Cannon with one N.
I mean,
Oh,
it is. So, you know, I don't know. Sometimes it's nice to do something different.
Phasers are the best anyway.
I do love the fact that with the engines and stuff like that, the setup I have, I can maneuver this thing quite well compared to what a standard cruiser is like.
Yep, those competitive engines. Way to go. Oh, look, Yacht Voss boxes.
Opposite side.
Okay, I'm moving. Calling in some help. Not that we really need it, but, you know, my allies felt like
They were bored.
need some playtime.
Oh yeah, the Picard lockbox is active now too. Has a new
Yeah, which
Picard ship.
I guess we didn't talk about that, did we?
I can't remember if we didn't, if it was last week or not. I don't know.
No, that's new as for, well, we may have mentioned it last week, but that's new for the event. So yeah, there's a Picard Yacht Vosh lockbox that has come out. The main prize out of it is a new Romulan warbird. I think it's a miracle worker seating.
Maybe.
Hey, we did it again. So, oh, actually, we didn't. The ship warped out before we were done this time, but close. It was close. The last time we ran it, um, we actually beat the timer. We defeated the last Klingon ship before the last ship had actually even halfway down its track. So we just kind of hung out and made sure that the ship made it, even though there were no enemies left, which was fun. Fun to be that have that good of a team where you can beat the timer. Let me put my ship back together here. And there we go. All right, guys. So that's going to be it for the event. Um, make sure you earn your progress daily. 20 days gets you the Temer class. There is the option to buy it out ahead of that if you want to. Um, the other thing that we should announce is next week we are going to be running a Call to Arms episode. This is Call to Arms TFO, where we're going to run 2 or 3 different TFOs and kind of show you how to do them. We will try to stick with the event theme here and run the TFOs that are associated with the event and show you guys how to do those. Now, these TFOs have been around for longer than just the event. Hopefully, they'll stick around afterwards. It's a good way to get those discovery marks for your reputation. But we'll give you all the details and show you how to play them next week. Until then, see you out there, and I apologize for the technical difficulties that we experienced earlier today.
Live long and prosper, and maybe when my internet service provider finishes the upgrades, this will stop.
We can only hope.